Hello and welcome, my name is Funamenchi, and today I'm going to be doing a review for Night of the Demons. This film was awesome! I had a thoroughly good time while watching this film. It is an 80s horror movie in every sense of the word, and I mean that in the best way possible. Highly recommended if you like 80s horror movies. Now, if you don't like 80s horror movies, then you probably won't enjoy this film at all. On one hand, every character in this film is every horror archetype you have ever seen in anything ever. On the other hand, the actors do genuinely good performances for the most part, and they're honestly quite decent, okay characters, even though I have seen them 100 times before. The story is fairly simple. This chick, who's a bit eccentric, wants to host a party at a haunted house on Halloween. She gets an assortment of random generic characters to come with her, and well, once they arrive at the house, soon after, violence, possession, nudity, all kind of ensue. And it is pretty damn fun, to be honest. As stated previously, yes, the characters are quite generic. You've seen pretty much every character in this film at least 3 times if you've watched any horror movies ever. But again, the actors do pretty good jobs, so I can't honestly fault them that much. However, the main chick who is the heroine of our story, she's pretty bad. She's every generic horror heroine you've ever seen, but so disinteresting that I frankly kind of was rooting for her to be killed by the end of the film. Not to mention the fact she's easily the worst acted character in this film. All the other characters are either bad acted in the sense of a funny way or genuinely quite well performed, but this character was poorly acted at best. Thankfully, all the other characters are good enough that she doesn't bog the film down that much. My 3 favorite characters were Stu, Roger, I think was the other character's name, I'm not entirely sure, and Angela. Angela is the eccentric woman who has invited these good people to this haunted, possessed house. The actress is a bit over the top at times, but I actually think that's more of a good thing, not a bad thing. Stu's that dislikable piggy bastard who's always a fucking asshole, but the actor does a pretty damn good fucking job, so I'm fucking fine with it. Reggie, man, that man knows what the fuck's up. He sees something fucking scary happening, he's like, I don't want to go there. He sees someone trying to kill him or possess his ass, he jumps out the fucking window before getting his ass killed. I genuinely like Reggie. Roger, my mistake. Point is, he's a good character, and I can relate to being a cowardly motherfucker who knows he doesn't want to die in a horror film. The directing's pretty damn good. I genuinely like it. I think the directing was quite fine in this film. In fact, it's one of the best bits. The writing is to be expected kind of weak. It is an 80s horror films, and 80s horror films were not known for their Oscar-winning writing. This film does have some kind of interesting bits when they try to tell you a little bit about the demon's lore, but for the most part, those are far and few bits in between. The writing at best is okay, but it's not so bad you can't hear it. The effects, for the most part, held up. I don't think these special effects held up the best. I mean, I guess for the 80s they look alright, but by nowadays standards they're not the best. The horror body effects, however, do hold up pretty damn well. The practical gore is quite nice. There is a scene where a girl takes a tube of lipstick and shoves it through her breast nipple. You heard me right, you see the tube of lipstick go through her nipple. And let me tell you, once you see that, you will not unsee it. They did a genuinely good cast. You could not tell those were fake boobs until that stick went in. Dear fucking God. I mean, whew, it's not that it's that violent or that gory or that disturbing, it's just, once you see it, you never unsee it. My face has gone blank and my brain has gone mush. But yeah, the horror effects are pretty good. I do think the demon's makeup is a bit too cheesy, but it is a cheesy 80s horror film, so I guess I can't really fault it for the cheesy makeup. It does kind of add a certain level of charm to this film. It does indeed, and it has a conclusive ending that ties everything up and doesn't at all sequel bait you, even though it has 2 sequels and a remake of the original film as well. Overall, this is just an immensely charming 80s horror film. It's got some damn good effects at times, some acting that does genuinely give some good performances. Did that make sense? Probably not. And is overall just a damn good time if you're in the mood for a vaguely Halloween-esque horror film that's from the 80s. But if you don't like the way films were made in the 80s, you didn't like the acting, the horror, any of it, then you will not like this film in any way. It will not add that much to you. The reason I paused there, because I could see my hand gesticulating. Hey, you can see that I'm gesticulating. Yeah, you don't actually see my hand, but I still do that. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Didn't find it too short, too tedious, or too poorly worded. I didn't have a whole lot to say about this film. It's just a good horror film. That's all there is to say. Bad wording, that was. I may consider reviewing the sequels in future. I don't know yet. Once again, thanks very much for watching. Have a nice day, and goodbye.
And as always, if you'd like to consider subscribing, As always, it'd be much, much appreciated.
Fuck, that's hard to do.